What's up guys, it's Travis. In this video I'll be showing you how to make shaker style cabinet doors just like these using just your table saw. But before I get started, let me give you a little background on cabinet doors. Like I said earlier, this style of cabinet doors is called shaker style. They're very simple, which is one of the reasons why you can make them on a table saw. However, if you have a router table and the right set of router bits, you can make this style as well as any other style cabinet doors. First, measure out the opening of the cabinet. Take those values and add 1 inch to the height and width. Now you have the proper dimensions of the cabinet door. You don't have to, but I like to design everything first in Fusion 360. It helps me think through the design as well as figure out the final dimensions. The vertical pieces are called stiles, and the horizontal pieces are called rails. This is what the interface looks like. Basically, there's a 3/4 inch deep dado slot in the stiles and rails to allow a 1/4 inch panel to slide into place. The rails also have 3/4 inch tenons that slide into the slots of the stiles. Although the dado slots are 3/4 inch deep, the panel only goes in about 1/2 inch. I'll explain why later. Alright, so now that we know all the dimensions of the door, we need to cut some hard maple for the stiles and rails. I use 3/4 inch material. The width is your own preference, but for these I went with 2.5 inch. Then I set my 1/8 inch blade to 3/4 inch deep and a little over 1/4 inch from the fence. Then I use a test piece to test out my settings. Make your first cut, then flip the board over and widen the slot. This will ensure the slot is perfectly centered. Keep making adjustments until the 1/4 inch plywood fits like this. Once you're happy with the fit, make the same slot in all the rail and stile pieces. Now I need to cut the tenons and the rails, so I flip over my fence to the sacrificial side, and then I install my dado set. A dado set is a set of 2 blades with 3 chippers and spacers. I use enough chippers and spacers to make my cut just over 3/4 inch wide. The dado set can go into the sacrificial fence a little bit to make sure I have the perfect length tenon. I set the dado set to cut just deep enough to meet up with the dado slot and fit snugly into the stiles. The tenon should be about 3/4 inch long, but it's best to walk up to that length and keep test fitting to make sure it fits perfectly. Then once you're happy with the fit, make the same cuts in the other rails. Now cut your 1/4 inch plywood to size, allowing the panel to go into the slots 1/2 inch. Now we can assemble! Remember how I said I made the slot 3/4 inch deep and the panel will only go into the slot 1/2 inch? Well, here's why. I'm installing these 1/4 inch rubber space balls into the slots. They help ensure the panel stays tight and doesn't move inside the frame. All you need to do is push 2 or 3 into the slot of each rail and stile like this. Next, I grab the rails and put an even coat of glue on the tenons and push them into the slot of the stiles and then clamp it down. Then I slide in the panel. This one fits nice and snug, maybe a little too snug. Then I put glue on the tenons for the other rail and put it in place. Then I clamp that side and let it all dry overnight. I'm using these concealed hinges. I love these hinges because they are hidden, they're soft close, and very adjustable. To install them, I use this Craig concealed hinge jig. I put a link to these hinges and this jig in the video description. The drill holes for these screws in this jig are a little small and I broke a screw trying to install the hinges. So I learned it's best to enlarge the holes before installing the hinges. Before I paint, I like to test fit by installing the hinges and then attaching the doors to the cabinet. I also like to adjust them to make sure everything is fitting properly. Then I take the hardware back off, sand, prime, and paint. Once the paint has dried for a few days, I reinstall the hinges and install the doors onto the cabinet and double check the hinge adjustments. Then I picked out some nice handles and installed them. And that's it. See, that wasn't so hard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like. And if you liked it, you might as well hit subscribe. And if you subscribed, you might as well leave a comment. And also check out one of these other awesome videos over here. See you guys.